Check.
Welcome.
We're here.
City Hall.
At City Hall.
In the city of Toronto.
We
were evicted from a park today.
But
this
movement
is more than a park.
is more than a park.
It's all of us
It's all of us
coming together
to
share,
share,
to learn,
to
grow,
grow,
and to change the world.
and to change the world.
So we're here.
So we're here.
My name is Jenny.
My name is Jenny.
I'm a volunteer facilitator.
I'm a volunteer facilitator.
I'm really, really happy.
I'm really happy.
We're all here together tonight.
We're all here together tonight.
I'd like to start
I'd like to start
by reminding us
by reminding us
that we are on already occupied land.
that we are already occupied land.
I would also like to remind us that this assembly needs to be a safe space, which means that oppressive behaviors and language should not be involved. We should listen to one another respectfully, add to each other's ideas, and remember to stay calm. Next, I'd like to remind us of our hand signals that we use to facilitate our process. The first hand signal that I'm going to explain help us collectively facilitate. So the first one is point of process, which means that you guys can be louder than that. Which means that you think we've gone off track with our process, and you'd like to get us back on track. The second one is like this, which means you'd like to remind a speaker that they've gone over 2 minutes, and we have this 2-minute rule to facilitate more voices getting to be heard, and it's not about silencing anyone. The next hand signals are active hand signals, which means you'd like to speak. So the first one is like this, which means you would like to be on the speakers list. The next one is the block, which we'll only use later when we're talking about ideas of proposals. And the block means that you are not in alignment with the proposal. You'd like to speak to the proposal so that it can move forward with you as part of the consensus. Another option when we're trying to build consensus, if you don't agree, is to stand aside, which means that you do not identify or agree with the proposal, but you don't want to block it. You just want it to be registered that you don't agree. The next hand signals are more passive hand signals. They allow us to communicate non-verbally with each other and to show our feelings. So the first one is like this. We call them them twinkle fingers.
We call them twinkle fingers.
And that means
that
you agree
or
are really vibing with what's being said. The other one is like this. It means that you disagree or don't vibe with what's being said.
You can also do this for this hand signal.
Sorry, the last one is also an active hand signal, which is point of clarification, which means that you'd like to request clarification or offer clarification about what's being said. The last thing I'd like to say is that the people's mic works a lot better when we all do it. So even though we're really tired, because we've had a long day, and a long 40 days, and 40 nights, let's keep our voices loud. And give people with little voices bigger voices.
Okay. Mic check. Hi. I'm Nayla. We were just wondering. If anyone would like to volunteer to notate.
I would like to add that it really helps if you do so on a computer.
Does anyone have a computer? That they'd like to lend our minute taker? Or be the minute taker? Or at all?
If you don't have a computer, it's cool.
Okay, never mind. Thank you.
Thank you. Not slowly. Okay. Mic check. I'll try to talk slowly. Okay, mic check. So what I want to talk about is that we've been here for like 40 days. And today was a really long day. And we're tired. And I think in that kind of situation, to have a formal process, can be really difficult. And I know from me personally, and having talked to other people, that often the General Assemblies are tiring, and take long, and that some people might not be patient to respect the process. But honestly, having collective decision making, true collective decision making, is hard work. And hard work makes you tired. So it's not surprising. So in this General Assembly, let's try to remember why we are here. Together. To make decisions in a radical way. All together collectively. We are one community. With many voices. And for those voices to be heard. We need to respect the process. And realize that when one person's talking, other people aren't talking.
study, relaxed, and mindful.
I saw a point of clarification. Mike check?
Mike check.
My name is Aljan.
My name is Aljan.
Just to speak to what you just said.
Just to speak to what you just said.
About hard work.
About hard work.
The saying also goes.
The saying also goes.
Hard work.
Hard work.
Always pays off.
Always pays off.
Yeah. Mike check.
Mike check.
My name is Misha.
My name is Misha.
And I'm a volunteer facilitator.
And I'm a volunteer facilitator.
I would like to invite
a
a couple of announcements
couple of announcements
before we continue with the General Assembly process.
with the General Assembly process.
The agenda for tonight
The agenda for tonight
is that we will have these announcements,
is that we will have these announcements,
do a collective reflection exercise,
do a collective reflection exercise,
and then move into breakout groups
and then move into breakout groups
to discuss how we move forward.
to discuss how we move forward. So announcements first. And then a quick proposal. Okay, first announcement is that we have a rally tomorrow with the OFL and people being bussed in from occupied throughout Ontario. We'll be gathering
St.
James Park
at St. James Park
at 11 a.m.
at 11 a.m.
Okay, second. Another action upcoming this Saturday, November 26th, at noon. Folks will be gathering at Moss Park for a rally for housing and public services.
The third announcement is that on Sunday we will continue having our community outreach day. So on Sunday, starting at 1 o'clock, speakers from all across the community, organizations across the city, will have a dialogue with the people in the park. So go down to St. James Park. For 1 o'clock. On Sunday.
Don't bring your
Hi. So I come to you from having originally occupied Nova Scotia. And I've traveled through many occupies to make my way here. I would like to let you know that in Montreal, following Nova Scotia's less than peaceful eviction, we formed a working group called Shock Intervention. That stands for Solidarity for the Homes of Occupy Canada. I would like to invite you, if you are interested in knowing more about this group of people that is forming to travel from occupy to occupy when they're needed, to help support against eviction, against weather threats, and to help organize in situations of low numbers. Please come and contact me after the General Assembly. Or for more information, you can go to facebook.com/SHOC.OMTL or at FHOC.OMTL
baby.
I love you.
I love you. There's a question about that.
So, just point of clarification. How do we identify you? With your name or how do we?
My name is Angèle,
My name is Angel,
and I will identify myself
and I will identify myself
through a mic check
through my
after the General Assembly.
I have one more announcement. Last Friday, there was an Occupied Economies event at the Design Exchange.
There was an occupied economy event at the Design Exchange.
This Friday, at 5:15, we will be discussing what's next for Occupy. We will be doing this by going over a review starting from Libya, I believe it was, all the way through to October 15th, when we occupied St. James Park. The past 40 days and 40 nights that we've been there, and then going into breakout groups with the broader community that's coming down to discuss how we take this thing forward and out into our communities, because we all know this is just the beginning. The Design Exchange is on Bay Street, just south of King, 234 Bay Street, 5:15, Friday. Let's kick ass.
Okay, proposal.
Wait, sorry, point of clarification.
Can you repeat the address?
Can you repeat
234 Bay Street.
Okay, but I think it's 234 Bay Street.
It is.
It's 234 Bay Street. You're on the right.
Just over King.
Just south of King.
Okay, sorry.
Omnibus crime bill meeting? I haven't heard about that. If you have an announcement about that, please share it. Tomorrow? Where? Okay. One other thing about the Design Exchange. If you are planning on coming, there's an opportunity to RSVP on their website. And it would be great if you could do that. Because if we've got too many people for that space, we're going to look at breakout groups in other spaces close by. And it would be helpful to have a heads up about that.
Okay, proposal. We've been meeting twice a day. To hold GAs. A quick proposal is that given that we're now dispersed a bit, for at least a little bit of time, that we move to doing GAs once a day at 6 p.m. Have the most participation from people. Can we?
Nope.
See a lot of twinkles.
Nope.
Can we have some? Do we have concerns?
Concern or addition.
I have heard from a great many of the working class supporters of Occupy Toronto that 6 p.m. just does not work for them. I am asking that the General Assembly before me consider pushing the General Assembly to begin at 7 o'clock, which allows for more labor and any other kind of 9 to 5 job. I accept that friendly amendment. Is there any further concerns?
Are there any further concerns?
Where?
Sorry. That the General Assemblies be held at 7 p.m. Right here. In Rob Ford's house. Which is our house. Is there any concern?
One concern?
Concern?
If we were to hold the General Assemblies at the park, it might encourage us to continue more activities at the park as well.
We got a temperature check?
Other concerns?
As an idea, as to why it might be good to have him here is to show that we are not as a movement going away even though our state was taken away. So although they took us away from there, they can't take us away from our city.
Point of protest. That's a great question.
Those are going to be our breakout groups.
After this, part of the agenda, we will move into breakout groups to discuss exactly that.
Okay. Can we mic check? Back to the proposal. Are there other concerns about the proposal?
I think meeting here works much better because if there's a storm or it's snowing, we have shelter. We have light. We can go inside and use the bathroom.
Well, that's
Acceptable.
Starting at 7 o'clock. What time will it end?
9 o'clock.
At the meeting.
Michael, do you accept the friendly amendments to remain at City Hall?
Do you
Accept
accept
the friendly amendments to remain at City Hall?
Maybe I think so.
I think so.
But we should hear what the other discussions result in as well.
But we should do what the other discussions result in as well.
But I do want to approve this now.
Because the most important thing to me
is that we do meet every day.
Okay. So let's ask for consensus. Are there any other concerns with the proposal?
Are there any other concerns with the proposal?
Are there any blocks to the proposal? Can we get a show of twinkles? Okay.
So what that means is that it's really, really important that everyone here spread that information so we don't have confusion. So really clearly, 7 p.m. GA starting right here at City Hall for the interim until you hear something else. Or even if you do hear something else. 7 p.m. here at City Hall.
Now, given that we've had an incredible 40 days and 40 nights,
if we could take a moment
to reflect on that.
to reflect on that.
What I would propose
What I would propose
is that we close our eyes
is that we close our eyes
and think back.
and think back.
Saturday,
Saturday,
October 15th,
October 15th,
arriving at St. James Park.
arriving at St. James Park.
The march
The march,
as it enters the park.
as it enters the park,
And we see
and we see
a village
a village
being erected around us.
being erected around us.
Think about the faces that you saw,
Think about the faces that you saw,
the conversations that you had,
the conversations that you had.
and then the next day,
And then the next day,
we were still there.
we were still there.
Do you remember what you did that day?
Do you remember what you did that day?
Do you remember what happened?
Do you remember what happened?
I won't go through every day in this way,
I won't go through every day this way,
but I want to give a couple of minutes
but I want to give a couple of minutes
for people just to remember what this past 40 days has been,
for people just to remember what the past 40 days has been,
and remember what sticks out in your head
and remember what sticks out in your head
and in your heart,
and in your heart,
and what this has meant for you.
and what this has meant for you.
Hasta la victoria.
Now,
Now,
I'm sure we could do a lot more reflecting,
I'm sure you could do a lot more reflecting,
but what I would ask
but what I would ask
is that we spend another minute
is that we spend another minute
and see if we just can find
and see if we just can find
one sentence
one sentence
to offer to the community
to offer to the community
as a part of
as a part of
our reflections.
our reflection.
So let's take 1 minute to come to that sentence,
So let's take 1 minute to come to that sentence,
and then we'll share some of them.
and then we'll share some of them.
Now,
Now,
if you feel ready,
if you feel ready,
we're going to have about 15 or 20 minutes,
we're going to have about 15 or 20 minutes,
maybe less,
maybe less,
but I just want one sentence.
but I just want one sentence,
And we can just popcorn them.
and we can just popcorn them.
As you stick up your hand,
As you stick up your hand,
we'll hear them.
we'll hear them.
Maybe actually,
Maybe actually,
the way that we're going to do this
the way we're going to do this
is we'll go in this circle
is we'll go in this circle,
and we'll go around a couple of times.
and we'll go around a couple of times.
So you don't have to put up your hand the first time,
So you don't have to put up your hand the first time,
but I'll just take hands in this order.
but I'll just take hands in this order.
Reminder.
There's a clarification here.
Do you want notators to break out every step?
No.
So, just a clarification.
Just a clarification.
What we're going to try to do here
What we're going to try to do here
is a personal sharing
is a personal sharing
and reflection reflection. So we don't need
Right.
to try to come to one sentence that we all agree to in the end. It's just a chance before we move forward for us to share individually what this has done for us as people. So share your sentence.
Reminder is that we want to hear as many voices here as possible. So please keep it to a sentence. Because we want to hear everyone. Okay.
Don't panic.
Don't.
worry. Occupy Toronto is just evolving.
Don't panic because Occupy Toronto is just
We
evolving.
can't stay a caterpillar forever.
I'm home.
To learn, we must first unlearn.
Shut up. Let me vote.
I believe that we've all come together from different parts of the city. And we've learned what unity really is. And I'm a firm believer that we can keep that unity if we stand by it.
Gratitude to the land, to the spirits of St. James Park. Gratitude all those people who volunteered, who brought us food, and gratitude to all the neighbors who supported us.
Learned more in 4 weeks than I did in 4 years of university.
I would just like to express great admiration for the courage and hearts of those young people in the fire tent that, stayed there and forced the police to, drag them out of there. I think that was a big thing for.
I love you all. That's all.
We must evolve or devolve.
When the bottom falls out, when the bottom falls out, think outside the box.
I have finally become hopeful that more can be done for animals/people/earth.
I've been inspired by the solidarity between Occupy Toronto and the greater labor movement in Canada.
You guys and girls and women have made me love this city again. Thank you.
One group giving hope
and
sharing knowledge for the global community.
I've been waiting my whole life for this and for all of you.
Canada needs to be a just society.
On the first day
On the first day
of Occupy,
I
made a sign. It said, this movement gives me hope. Now, I believe it. 100 times fold. We are the change.
This is only my second General Assembly. But I've been watching since the beginning. And it gives me hope for my children.
If I get a chance, I would like to speak.
Yeah, we're gonna do a couple of rounds.
I said if I get a chance, I would like to speak. Decolonize everywhere. With love, hope, and optimism.
Breaking down our barriers. And building our family.
As a grandmother, and a human rights organizer, I've struggled with these issues for 30 years. I've never had so much hope. God bless you. For your dedication and your courage. Anyone who wants to criticize, let them step up and join the movement. Thank you.
Dress for the revolution.
Dress for the revolution. Hang on. Let's say that one more time.
Dress for the revolution.
Dress for the revolution.
I'm 27 years old. And I've never had a spiritual experience. But every time someone calls, mic check, I have a spiritual experience. To the community of St. James Park, I thank you for your hospitality. And if you don't miss us, we'll miss you.
Is it okay if we continue to just go around with the circle and it'll come to you?
Well, I'd like to say it really very simple, and I'm going to say it right now. And because, we're supposed to be a bunch of anarchists here, and I'm personally a socialist. I have the right to speak. I check, and I'm going to say what I want to say. Civiliancy is not a crime. I've been arrested a lot of times in my life. I've had people intimidating people that wanted to be civiliancy activists in the park today, and I was unimpressed. However, this movement impressed me. I've been on many blockades in my life, and this one impressed me. There's a lot of love here. There's a lot of hope here.
Mic check.
Mic check.
A revolution is not a dinner party.
A mad rush of democratic evolution, accented by amazing love and unity.
I have a slogan tattooed on my chest. There's 13 of us that have it. We've been involved in tar sands resistance work. It says love is the movement. And you guys all taught me that.
So we will now do a second round. If you didn't feel comfortable speaking the first time, but want to add something, this is your opportunity. After that, we will continue with the agenda.
A really wise friend once said to me about activism. We do our work, and then we do our healing. Because sometimes we need to heal after our work. You didn't say that part. What I noticed was this time I don't feel I have to heal after. Because it was full. The work that we were doing and the healing was once. And that's so beautiful. So that's what's coming into my heart here.
Where can I get a list of all the issues that represent the people?
By talking to all the people.
Okay, is abortion on this list?
Is somebody wanting to introduce that?
We're going to continue. Perhaps they're going around doing a reflection about the life. Okay. I think Little Mary had something to say.
Hi, everybody. So glad to be here. For the ones that missed my earlier comments, I have an invitation that we would like to continue this occupation Toronto under the auspices of the First Nations people. I am dealing with a situation now in a community where 90 people, families, are living in one trailer in a community called Adawapiskat. The government has been asked many times to intervene. This is where I'm going tonight. Back home to pre-plan a sit-in for next week. Because I'm very fed up with the government's lack of response to our people. Not only here, not only with my people, but you guys also. And that's why I'm here. I would like that First Nations people invite Occupy Toronto, that we set aside and that we go ahead and take it under the Native people. I am going to do a press release to to all the chiefs, 130 chiefs in Ontario, to support Occupy Toronto. That's why I'm going home tonight to work on that. At this time, I'm taking some of the youth with me to go and clean up, rest, shower, and refocus a little bit and debrief. I would like somebody from here, once you identified an area that we're going to take, that's ours, everybody here, to let me know where that's going to be, so we can inform the chiefs, the warriors, to come down and be a part of it. That's the good news. Many people across this nation have been watching this, monitoring it, how you're treated. So I want to say to you that invitation is still open for us to be involved.
So I think Ryan's willing to take that on.
And I will as well. I will as well.
Okay,
we have two gentlemen to take that on. At this time,
I have your number.
Okay, you guys get home.
Yeah, I will, Little Bear.
We did announcements before, and we are doing a second go-round of a sentence you want to offer. One sentence. To the community about your experiences in these last 40 days and 40 months. 40 days and 40 months. It feels like it's been 400. Please. Lady.
I love you all. And I really felt my love returned. And I believe we developed an amazing team.
Thank you.
Hi. My name is Samara. I was here for the first week. Soon after, I realized I couldn't contribute as much time and dedication to just the park. So, unfortunately, against my will, desire, I had to leave. Although I wasn't here physically, my heart definitely was. And my heart goes out to every single person who's able to physically occupy any space in the entire world. Therefore, I'm out to seek my own role, and I feel that I'm going to, with the inspirations of you all, take the idea of Occupy to York University. Thank you very much, everyone.
Reminder of one sentence. Or short.
Having no message. Had a silver lining. In that. People are still talking about us. That said, it's time to get back to work. And maybe come up with a message.
Personal responsibility is collective responsibility.
My name is Sandra. And I've been here since the beginning. And I'm proud of all of you. I just have a proposal. Can everyone please
Everyone, please.
Turn to the person next to you.
Turn to the person next to you.
And give them a hug.
And give them a hug.
And remember.
And remember.
That we are all doing this together.
That we are all doing this together.
And we are not going anywhere.
And we are not going anywhere.
Please give me a hug. Come on. Hold on.
Brian? Brian!
Okay. Do you want to
I want to just thank you guys for being here for 40 days, and my hope is that
short part?
Sure.
Okay, mic check.
Mic check.
Mic
check. I want to thank you guys, to all occupiers all over the world, and especially to Toronto for taking this first step. That you are giving us a hope and inspiration to all the people, to all Torontonians, and that you are rebuilding the community the way it should be. And we are getting back, and we are going to the second phase. Thank you.
All right. Just a reminder, if we're going into the second short, then you can do a mic check and more people can hear you. Thank you. Excellent.
I have an announcement. We're almost out of battery power.
We're almost out of battery power.
So live stream will go down any moment.
So live stream will go down any moment. We learn faster.
We learn faster.
Together.
Together.
What?
For a long time, I felt like the 1% was winning.
The 1% was winning.
They're not winning anymore.
They're not winning anymore!
Yeah.
The resolve of the occupied community
No,
is so inspiring to me.
It's so inspiring to me.
We'll get someone
Cannot
too.
be evicted.
And it cannot be evicted.
Because it is more than just that.
Because it is more than just that.
The
Get someone
resolve will only grow this movement.
Will only grow this movement.
And that's inspiring.
And that's inspiring.
A mic check on that. He says he's just going to cry if he tries to say it.
All right.
We're all still here, y'all.
Get that camera.
That's incredible to hear.
Incredible to hear.
I want to offer mine. Which is sort of to continue Dave's. He has love is the movement on his chest. I want to say, now let's get moving. Because what I have seen this past 40 days and 40 nights is that there's a whole bunch of people out there with a whole lot of love in their hearts who just need a place to express it.
Oh, okay. So now we want to move in to breakout groups to discuss next steps. We'll take about half an hour in small groups to have discussions. So let's try to collectively come up with a few topics of discussion. Reoccupation. Getting more people involved.
A physical space, we have our stuff.
Physical space, we have our stuff.
Exporting the General Assembly.
Exporting the General Assembly. Okay.
Just think about having a squat.
Do you think that having a squat could be moved into reoccupation?
You can grab it under here, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Register a federal political party to act as the bureaucratic interface between the General Assemblies and the federal government.
That's a pretty clear breakout. Okay, so that seems like a lot. Okay, we have, please help remind me, reoccupation. Reoccupation was suggested by Sunny. I suggest that folks find Sunny. And begin the discussion. Okay. Okay. What was the next one? Sorry.
The next one that I remember is having a squad.
For permanent location.
The second one was a new physical space. And that's going to be with Theodore and I forgot your name, I'm sorry. So maybe go over there.
Yeah. You guys, the third one was doing more outreach. Who proposed outreach? Okay, Josephine. Outreach discussion with Josephine. Exporting the General Assemblies or spreading the General Assemblies was with Kevin.
What if you want to be involved?
Kevin.
And those people. Mic check. Those people are just point people. So you can find a location. They're not their group. It's just so you can find where to go. So those people could make themselves really visible. So that we can break off. That would be great. And the last one. With what's your name? With Shane. Is about forming a political party. To serve as an interface. Between the GA and other political structures. Before we break out, we have an announcement.
What do you do if you want to be in all of these discussions?
You go to one and you join the rest of the discussion later because we're going to keep discussing forever.
There will be report back after to talk about what has been discussed and how that conversation will continue.
So, if everyone could stand up, find their point person, start a discussion, and then we'll yell.
This is what I've been wanting to do the entire time.
In half an hour.
When you're the second person, you just run around, you can do everything the other one. Well, we'll have a meeting after this.
Please stay until then, so we can actually share.
How you doing, Kevin?
Pretty good, all things considered.
Yeah. Tonight's pretty beautiful.
Yeah, no, I mean, everything about this movement's beautiful, and I think, we're going to find that everything that happened today is actually going to grow the movement and make it stronger.
Absolutely.
You feeling, Brian?
I'm good.
Good.
Doing my job.